Let's go to Joe Mays, Bloomberg's media reporter in London, who's been following the announcement. Joe, what are the details that we know so far?
Well, particularly of interest here in the UK is seeing that Disney will acquire Fox's 39% stake in Sky, but also the detail that Fox will continue with that transaction here in the UK, will look to acquire the entirety of Sky, and then Disney would buy Sky. So that was the detail we were looking for. And as we were just saying, Bob Iger staying on as Disney CEO through to 2021. Questions, though, still about the future of James Murdoch, the current CEO of Fox, whether he will have a senior position at Disney. More details on that, I think we're expecting soon.
Joe, before we move on to the succession plan with Lisa's jumping in her seat about, can you?
Well, it's so interesting. What a culture clash.
Can you just break through what we know that Disney will have and what we know that Fox will have at the end of this?
So we know that Disney will acquire the movie and TV studios that Fox has. We also know they'll acquire some of their networks, such as National Geographic and FX, and then some of the international assets that Fox has, like Star and channels of Star TV in India, and obviously the Sky stake, as I was just saying. In terms of what Fox would keep, they would keep the Fox News, they would keep Fox Sports, and some of the Fox broadcast network. And Disney would also acquire Fox's stake in Hulu.
So let's get to the succession question, Geetha. The question, of course, being, will we wind up having James Murdoch moving over to the Disney management, and will he then be a de facto successor to Bob Iger? Walk us through the potential for that in this deal.
That is certainly conceivable. I mean, Disney had a fantastic succession plan all along until some of their internal candidates, Jay Rizzullo and Tom Staggs, left. Now, with this transaction, it's certainly conceivable that James Murdoch moves over to Disney. He has tremendous expertise in the international areas, in the digital space where Disney really wants to kind of beef up its presence. So it's very, very possible that after 2021, James Murdoch might emerge as the eventual successor.
But what kind of culture clash does that bring? I mean, you wind up having a lot of scandal that's encompassed Fox, particularly in the UK when it comes to Roger Ailes here in the US, and also spying on some of its customers and hacking, etc. And then you have Disney, which is the Mouse House, which is Mickey Mouse, which is my daughter looking at Daisy Duck and saying, I want to watch that movie. What do you do with the optics with that?
I mean, Disney has always had this squeaky clean image, and I think that is really what is going to carry through. I think that's one of the reasons why Fox preferred to go with Disney rather than Comcast or some of the other companies that were interested in acquiring its assets, apart from, of course, the regulatory angle. So I think Disney will prevail.
Joe, let's just get a sense of what we're waiting for today. We are going to be hearing, as Alex was saying, we're going to be hearing from Bob Iger in the 9 a.m. hour on Bloomberg Television. What are the main questions that we need addressed today?
Well, we've also got a conference call coming from Fox as well later in about an hour's time as well, so much more will come out of that. I think investors would like to hear more about how they see Fox fitting strategically for the company's future and what kind of challenges Disney thinks it faces at the moment, how Fox will help with their streaming services they're looking to roll out more and more to compete with the likes of Netflix. So there's definitely big questions to be asked about company strategy. And as we were just mentioning, where does James Murdoch fit in all of this? I'm sure that'll be something investors want to ask about as well.